Hey, my name is James Nicholson and welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, we've got the property news. So much, as always, is going on. We're going to be talking about house prices. Is it a buyer's market at the moment? Who's cutting mortgage rates? And I've got a video teaser for something that's coming over the weekend about EPCs. If you're a landlord, you're going to want to know about this one because for once, it's actually some good news. So if you're new around here and you haven't done already, we're a property investing channel. We talk about house prices, interest rates. We talk about property investing and much, much more. So do subscribe to the channel over there and hit that bell notification. We're a smidge away. Can we do it this weekend? We're so close to 40,000 subscribers. If you have a look around here, we need a few hundred. So please help me get there. And let's get some more views on this video by smashing like, ticking like, doing something to the like button, and then share the video. WhatsApp it, email it, or Facebook message it to someone that needs to know what's going on in the property market right now. So, another busy week. There's so much going on at the moment. Now, I'm going to be doing some content on the Trump tariffs because they are definitely going to impact house prices and interest rates. But I just want to see which way we're going to break on this because at the moment, if you look online, the stock markets are in free fall at the moment. Huge declines, trillions wiped off. But as with anything with Donald Trump, this could turn around very quickly. Those tariffs could be removed by Monday and suddenly everything goes back to normal. So I just want to see what happens. We can see China has already retaliated with 34% tariffs on American goods coming into them. The EU is potentially going to do the same. Does that mean Donald Trump backs off and this was all nothing and the art of the deal, as some of you might say? So let's see. But what I do want to talk about is stuff that's happened or actually happening right now that has been impacted. So first off, we did a video this week on the fact that it is now officially a buyer's market. So what does that mean? Well, what it means is that there are more properties being listed at the moment than there are buyers to match that. And so buyers can be selective on property. They can be cheeky with offers, and time will tell. Does that mean that the market moves down? Possibly. It depends on the circumstances of those sellers. If they need to sell, if they must sell, maybe for financial burden because they can't afford the mortgage because the interest rate went up on them, or they've lost their job, then you could start seeing house price declines and that could steamroll quite quickly. So that's what we want to keep an eye on. It is a buyer's market. If you want to know more about that, go and check out the video that we did earlier this week for sure. Stamp duty. That was the biggest thing this week by a mile. And stamp duty had huge increases. And ironically, every government that you listen to in the budgets or the spring statements that they do, they all say they want to help first-time buyers. But this government has allowed, we had a higher stamp duty before, it was reduced for a period of time, then it got extended. Labour's allowed that to lapse now. And that means that first-time buyers now are paying around £6,000 extra for stamp duty if they buy something at the 500 grand mark. That's a huge increase. That will come out of their deposit. That will come out of their affordability. So that could knock momentum in the housing market quite significantly. Buy-to-let investors, we got hit when we had an additional stamp duty of 3% that went up to 5%, and some of these extra levels came in on the stamp duty that meant that we've now got another 1 or so percent, or we've got between 125 and 250 grand extra stamp duty in that bracket that we didn't have before. So that's going to hit everyone, and that means that people will have less money, and the expectation is the property market slows down massively off the back of this. We did 500,000 transactions in the first quarter, so you're probably going to see the next couple of months house prices fairly stable because there's a lag, a massive lag on house prices. But the next 9 months, we're only expected to see 500,000 transactions again. So we've done half of the business for the year already in the first quarter. So we'll see what happens. Stamp duty has gone up though. It is now much more expensive to buy a property and that likely will hit house prices. The only thing that you can get around that is if rates come down. That will be interesting. What happens with the Trump tariffs? Because if everywhere goes into a recession, you might see massive rate cuts. That'll be interesting. So let's keep an eye on that. Who's cut rates this week? Halifax. So Halifax have cut their rate. It's about 0.16%. But what they've also done is extended the time that an offer is valid for. So anyone that's got an offer with Halifax, because it's been so busy and people haven't been able to get deals, I believe that they're probably trying to keep some of those transactions to completion. And so they're trying to make sure that those deals don't fall out of bed. They put mortgage offers out already. The people didn't hit the stamp duty deadline, and now they're in limbo. They're thinking, shall I just pull out of this deal because it's a lot more money? And they're trying to negotiate with the seller and the buyer who pays that extra stamp duty. There's lots of that going on at the moment. And so Halifax have come out and said, we'll give you longer to complete the deal and any new deals as well. So they're extending the time that offers are valid for, which is good. That also means if you're remortgaging at the moment in these uncertain times, maybe you think inflation is going to rocket up because of these tariffs. And because of that, you think the Bank of England might increase interest rates. That is what a lot of mortgage brokers think. But a lot of economists think that the recessions will hit the globe and then rates could come down faster as well. So who's right? No one knows for sure. Time will tell on that. But if you go with Halifax, you can fix a rate a lot further out and it will last for longer. So that's a positive thing. So go and check out Halifax if you're looking for new rates. We also did a mortgage roundup this week. I haven't done that for a few weeks now. And a lot of the rates are cheaper. That was yesterday's video. So do go and check that out if you want to see what's going on there. House prices. What's going on with house prices? Well, Nationwide Building Society released their data and they're saying on an annual basis, house prices are up £10,000 on average. Again, we did a more detailed video on that. This month though, or March's data, because we're in April now, the March data is saying a flat market. Even with all those extra transactions going through, they didn't see any growth momentum in the March period. So that indicates the market is slowing down. Does it mean it's going to go down? No one knows for sure. Again, time will tell. But the biggest news this week is about EPCs. And I'm making a more detailed video on this. The government have launched grants for landlords up to £30,000. And a grant means you don't have to pay it back. That's good. It's called the Warm Home Grants. And that means that your tenant, though, needs to be a lower income person. I don't know why this matters, really. Surely it should be about the property and not who's the tenant, because someone's going to live there anyway. But if your tenant is on a low income, on housing benefits, or even if they earn less than £36,000, you can get £30,000 to do up your first property, your first buy-to-let property. You could add solar with that, you could add insulation with that. That could really, really improve that property and get that EPC grade significantly higher. Big win. And so I'm going to go into another video where I just need more time than put it on in the news here. So tomorrow's video, subscribe, hit the bell so you get that notification. Tomorrow's video is going to be all about this new EPC thing. I'm going to make an ebook on it as well. So you've got all the details. It has to be in certain postcodes. So I'll give you all those postcodes as well. So do check out all the other content as well on the channel while you're waiting for that, including this video right here.